How good has Jalen Hurts been? Stick around, man. Some interesting notes here because let me just spoil the ending. Pretty damn good. What's up, Cerebral football fans? My name is Steven Hyder. This is Gate City Sports Channel. Hey, if you're new to the channel, it's maybe your first, second, third time you caught my content and you enjoyed today's discussion. Look, we're on a journey. We just crossed over actually 6,400 subscribers now. We're on a path. We're on a journey towards 7,500 subscribers. I would love for you to join the community, become part of this Cerebral football community here. But I need you to subscribe to do that. To my OG subscribers, you know what I'm asking you to do here. Hat in hand. Hey, man, hit that thumbs up button. Smash the like button. Help me spike this algorithm and get us in front of new people that we can potentially convert into our little audience here on YouTube. All right, y'all. Some surprising numbers, right? So everyone knows about the 916 passing yards and that ranking like third or so in the NFL, right? It's 4 touchdowns, 1 interceptions, right? We all kind of would love to see that number pick up a little bit, but we're also all really, feeling good about the season and the total touchdown marker. But here's a couple of stats while playing around that I found out that I was like, wow, this young man's balling. When you look at something like big-time throws, okay, big-time throws, subjective category, no doubt about it, but what PFF, a team of guys who are unbiased, who are not Eagle fans, grade to be big-time throws. Jalen Hurts has 6 on this early season, which ranks him in a tie for 3rd or 4th place. I think it's 4th place technically, okay? But here's where it gets even more interesting. Beyond just a big-time throw. And his big-time throw rate, by the way, is also pretty impressive at 5.6%. But go to turnover-worthy passes, okay? If you filter out by 20%, so making sure guys are around that 100 attempts mark, I will say Trey Lance sneaks in there from the early season, and he's under 100 attempts, but most of the other guys that are on this list are at least at 100 attempts, basically. When you go to the turnover-worthy pass rate, he's got 1 turnover-worthy pass. The only other guys that rank with Jalen Hurts in terms of turnover-worthy passes, okay? Passes that should have been picked off, all things considered. You got away with one, if you will. Tom Brady's got 1, and Trey Lance has 1. Trey Lance is already out and already down a game and some change already to Jalen Hurts. Tom Brady is one of the greatest guys to ever step on a football field, period. Unbiased of position, if you will. This guy has a 0.8 turnover-worthy percentage right now. I mean, how well is he playing? He's got 6 big-time throws to 1 turnover-worthy pass. A 5.6 big-time throw rate to a 0.8% turnover-worthy pass rate. That 0.8 turnover-worthy pass rate, by the way, it is the best rate in the NFL right now. The best rate. Tom Brady's got a 0.9, which is second, and Russell Wilson has a 1.5, which is third. This is how well this young man is playing. This is the type of dividends that are paying off from this young man taking the time and effort to get better during the offseason, right? Opting not to go do things that, rightfully so, a man who's earned this type of money could have taken his time to go do. But instead he said, you know what, I'm going to work now so that way when my playing career is over, I can play then. I can play later. I commend the young man. I respect this young man for the time and effort, and we see it playing out now. It's getting really hard for people to still try to take those jabs at him because this young man's balling. Straightforward, he's balling at this point. And what's even crazier is if you watch the games on Sundays, well, Monday, counting the Vikings game, you would probably say, like, yeah, man, it's been bagged over, Baghdad. Cool. There's an element to that to our offense, right? He's ranked 16th. He has a tie with Matthew Stafford with 11 attempts over 20 yards. It's certainly an element of our offense, right? But think about that. It's 16th. He's in the middle of the pack. So it's not just all deep shots and guys just making plays like we saw Devontae Smith, making a crazy play. And then, of course, A.J. Brown's made a couple plays down the field for him too. But it's also just getting in rhythm, getting the offense in rhythm, and operating this offense smoothly, right? Getting guys, catching them off guard. I heard a statistic today that we're actually, in terms of the first half of football games, we lead the league in terms of hurry-up offense. They are relinquishing control to Jalen Hurts at the line of scrimmage, and they're going hurry up. And that's because they have confidence in this young man's understanding of the offense, and it's reflecting in these games right now. And this is a huge step forward for Jalen Hurts. It's a huge step forward for our offense, period. Jalen Hurts has arrived. It's no longer a secret anymore. The secret got out. This dude's a baller. What's the next step forward for this young man? Where do you go from here? How do we make this season even more special than it's already been? First pressure. First pressure. And this is already an area of strength for Jalen Hurts. But I will say during the early season results so far, early on in football games, we've had some drop passes and some things like that are affecting our numbers versus pressure. But even in that, there's some telltale signs here, guys. To begin with, he's tied with Kyler Murray at 15th in terms of the amount of dropbacks he's faced versus pressure. Number one, it is somewhat a credit to the offensive line, right? The offensive line holds some responsibility in keeping you upright and clean. But number two, it also shows that Jalen Hurts is making quicker decisions than what people would think. And that's causing the pressure to not even register in terms of these things. Now, I will say that, the 35, 36, whatever it was, percentage completion rate he has right now versus pressure, we'd like to see that uptick. And that's normally been in a couple of early starts to games where we've had those 1 of 5 performances kind of early on, those type of things. But we already see this young man is making tremendous steps. Like, this is going to be a special season, mostly due to the fact that Jalen Hurts is leading this team to a special season. And I'm excited to see exactly where this ride goes. Because right now, I think this offense is scary talented. You play too much coverage on AJ, you're leaving Devontae to just burn you one-on-one. You focus and you try to bracket cover and you try to stick your best man coverage corner and try to get up and disrupt Devontae Smith, you better pay attention to where Dallas Goedert is on the field. This offense is tricky, guys. Minus this last game to where I felt like our running game lagged a little bit. And we got to get a little bit better because I thought that Washington's interior defense got the better of us in this game. And we saw that late in the game where we couldn't sustain drives when we really needed to basically kill this thing. Man, things are operating, though. Things are operating. I got a feeling that knowing Jeff Stoutland, we're going to get this offensive line and this running game fixed. That is one thing that I definitely trust about the Philadelphia Eagles is that where things involve Jeff Stoutland, it will get fixed. All right, y'all, let me know your thoughts down below. Jalen Hurts is killing it, guys. The early results on this season are very promising. Jalen Hurts is a very, very big part of why this team is so potent from an offensive perspective. It's just hard to guard a guy like this. You do everything right in coverage. You slip through and you get a rusher free on him. And then he just beats your guy. He beats the rush. He moves outside. You got guys drawing up trying to get up there and stop him from running, and he beats you with a pass. Or if he gets up to the line of scrimmage and all he sees is the back of jerseys, he knows you're in man coverage, he takes off and runs on you and destroys you. This is why dual threat quarterbacks can be a nightmare. And I think we're seeing this play out. Hey, I'm happy with the results, guys. Let me know your feedback down below. What do you think? How do you feel about the early results on the offense? All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. See y'all later.